Welcome to part 7 of the You Are Chosen series. Let's look at the life of Matthew. Matthew was one of Jesus' disciples. Why did Jesus choose Matthew? What was so special and unique about him that he was chosen? Okay, so we're reading Matthew 9 from verse 9 to 13. As Jesus went on from there, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the tax collector's booth. Follow me, he told him, and Matthew got up and followed him. While Jesus was having dinner at Matthew's house, many tax collectors and sinners came and ate with him and his disciples. When the Pharisees saw this, they asked his disciples, "Why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners?" On hearing this, Jesus said, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. But go and learn what this means. I desire mercy, not sacrifice, for I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners." So yeah, that's how Jesus met Matthew. Matthew was at his place of work. He was a tax collector. So he was by the tax collector's booth. And just the same way, Jesus went to the other disciples who were fishermen. He met them by in their boats by the water. That's also the same way Jesus met Matthew. He was at the tax collector's booth and he said, "Follow me." And Matthew got up and followed him. A very simple call. And he went to his house to have dinner. The Pharisees saw that and they expressed their disappointment. They were like, why is Jesus, your teacher, eating with tax collectors and sinners? So they had a tag for Matthew, and the tag was, he's a tax collector. That's a tag on its own. They did not like tax collectors. And he's a sinner. That's another tag. But Jesus said that that's the very reason why I'm here. So that's the reason why Matthew was chosen, because he was a sinner. It's that simple. That's it. Because he was a sinner, he was chosen. And he was chosen to go through a journey of redemption by walking with Jesus, by following Jesus. That's why he was chosen. You know, tax collectors were they were not liked. Nobody wanted to work with them or collaborate with them, but Jesus wanted to. And Jesus said that I desire mercy, not sacrifice. What this means is that Jesus desires a heart of love and kindness towards others, a heart that seeks justice and mercy for others. And he desires that over religious rituals, right? Which is what the Pharisees were so particular about the religious routine. This is and processes. This is how it should be. It should be this way first and then this way. It should not be this way. But Jesus says that that's not what I desire. I desire mercy and not sacrifice. Right? So Jesus was fulfilling that, fulfilling his own desire by saying that my heart loves this man that you have called a sinner, and I want to spend time with him. I want to eat with him. I want him to follow me. I want him to walk with me. I want to teach him things. I want him to know me. That's a journey of redemption. That's what it looks like. That journey of getting to know God and walking with him and learning about him and receiving words from him and relying on him. Matthew went through that journey of redemption as a disciple. So Jesus chose a public sinner because that's what he desired. He wanted Matthew on his team. And because he knew that when people see the outcome of Matthew's redemption journey, when they see the results of him following Jesus, that would also make them believe, because the same people that have tagged him as a sinner are the same people that would see the results of him walking with Jesus, and that would also lead to them being curious to know more about this journey. Like, what is how is this happening? This person that we all did not like, now he's acting in this way, he's doing these things, right? As a result of following Jesus, then perhaps I should also follow Jesus as well, right? So grace recruits the rejected. That's the message from Matthew's journey of being chosen, that the grace of God recruits the rejected. So, do you see yourself in the life of Matthew? Are there things that maybe it's a self rejection thing, like you are the one that has rejected yourself, maybe not even other people rejecting you, or maybe even people have rejected you and said, this path is not for you. Like God chooses people, but not you based on this and this and this. Now, the story here is that that very reason why you may be rejecting yourself or other people have rejected you is the very reason why God has chosen you today. And He's chosen you for that unique redemption journey that is so unique to you. The journey was created and curated and crafted for you to go through. And when you accept the invitation, when you accept to go through this redemption journey with God, you would see how it was made for all the experiences that you went through. So go read about the life of Matthew, and you would see how even the context of him being a tax collector, the experiences he went through, you would see how all that was also part of the journey in transforming him and reshaping him into becoming a follower of Jesus. So God has a very beautiful, unique journey for you, and He's chosen you especially for that journey because of the work that He wants to do in you and in the life of others. And I pray that you accept that invitation, you accept that call to be chosen and beloved by Him. So that's the story of Matthew. Very beautiful story. The next disciple that we are going to look at is Thomas. Yeah. Thomas' story is one that I would say maybe we can all relate to. It's a very relatable story and journey that Thomas went through being chosen by Jesus. So see you in part 8 of the You Were Chosen series, where we talk about why Thomas was chosen by Jesus.